Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Monday evening or possibly afternoon, wherever you are in the world here on Kobold Press. I'm Little Red Dot, your resident Kobold Twitch producer here, and I'm very excited for this little mini campaign that we have tossed together with this incredibly talented cast. You can see, I think it's that way. Yeah, there we go, that way. Just over here, which we're going to get to in just a second, but I want to welcome you all in. If you have decided to join us tonight, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to tell you, this is not going to be like any Dungeons & Dragons game you've ever seen before. I can promise you that, because everybody tonight is playing oozes. And I'm sure you're asking yourself, well, how is that even possible? Well, don't fret. Kobold Press has books and books worth of beast. And I thought, what beast do we love more than oozes? Maybe only mimics. Maybe only mimics. But everybody loves a good ooze. So I let these players have full reign to pick and choose from all of our beast books the ooze of their choice. And so they're going to bring them to kind of life tonight for us and over the next couple weeks. So again, thanks for joining us. I'm going to do some announcements, the biggest one being we've got a Kickstarter coming up, y'all. If you like what we do here on Kobold Press, you're going to be really excited about this next Kickstarter because it is called Campaign Builder Cities and Towns. It's actually a really handy guide for GMs for building more in-depth and richer worlds, specifically around cities and towns for your campaigns. And we have been building a city using some of the tester info coming out of the book over the last couple weeks. So it's pretty cool. Check it out. You can get notified. We should be going live here the next week or so, and you'll be first to find out about it, so you can be the first to back it. I think that's it. Okay. Whew. Business out of the way. Let's get some introductions. I'm going to just start. Tell us who you are, of course. Some of you we've had to the channel before, some we haven't. And then tell us very briefly who you are as an ooze, what ooze you've chosen, because you're all going to get your introduction here in just a second. And so I think we'll just go, my screen first up is actually Drac.
Hi, I'm Draconics, or Drac for short. I use he, they pronouns, and you can find me on Twitter at Draconics, that's DRAKONIQUES. This is my first time on Kobold Press, so I'm actually happy to be back again. I'm going to be playing a Ink Guardian named Classy. His full name, their full name, they them pronouns. Their full name is Melf Decimal Classification System. It's the most efficient way for a wizard to classify the scrolls and books in the library. But you can just call me Classy for short. Very slow spoken, but brutish when it comes to protecting the literature of his wizard.
Yeah, as well you should be, because this wizard, well, he's a very special wizard, and he has a lot of information to protect. Maybe why he's brought you around, who knows. Next up is Katie. Katie, I'm so glad to get to play with you again.
I am so excited. It's wonderful to get to be at your table again. Always a delight. And I am excited to bring the Doppel Elixir, Brewhilda, to the table. She is a sort of a rough-looking vial of long cylindrical glass vial that sort of sticks up from this puddle of reddish, orangish ooze. She kind of moves around the floor like a snail with her vial kind of sticking up, and she'll use it to knock stuff around that she needs to move, but she came from another wizard's tower a while back, and she's been doing this game for a while now, and she's happy to help the other oozes learn what's what in the dungeon game, and just make sure everybody has a little something to drink when they come through on an adventure, because oozes gotta eat too.
They do have to eat too. Question is, what do they eat? Questions to be answered. Next up, somebody that's so new to this channel. I'm so excited. Hi, Josh.
Hello. Hey. Yeah, my name is Josh, or Joshua Simons. I'm the community and content manager over at Demiplane, and I'm delighted to be here for the very first time. I will be playing a sapphire jelly, an ooze named Shiver, who is originally from a very tall mountain, but a long time ago, became friends with someone putting together a dungeon and thought this would be a really nice field trip. And after a series of unfortunate events and lost friends, now he is here just ready to be here.
Oh boy. Well, here he is. We'll see again what this mad mage may have in store for you. And last but certainly not least, another face I am so glad to have here on the channel. Wally, welcome.
Sup, y'all? It is me, Wally, your friendly non-binary slime, best friend of the internet. Wow, that came really meta now. In this case, this is really meta. Oh wow, yeah. But my name is Wally. You know where to find me. I am non-binary. You can find my pronouns are he, they. Today though, I will be playing the Intruders. Their name is in the eons past, when the demon lord Barbriel Demon's Bane, whose wings scrape the heavens and their claws wrench the earth, was defeated and rendered sundered and placed into this cave. They became an Intruders because Intruders' whole origin is that when a demon lord dies, it just becomes an Intruders. This Intruders is pretty much what's left of like the consciousness of this, demon lord. So it thinks it's still a demon lord, but really it's this tiny, cute little 2x2 cube of Icker that looks so adorable and jiggly and wonderful. Well, it talks like this, but no, I am a very evil demon lord. You must bow down to my powers.
Oh, aren't you just a precious bean?
And here they are, our illustrious party. Y'all, I typed that wrong because y'all had me laughing. Let me try that one more time. And again, I'm Dot. I'll be your dungeon master for this crazy little party. I use she, her pronouns, and we are going to be using safety tools here at the table, just to let you know that we have discussed in advance and are all about, hopefully a PG to PG-13 rated, Saturday morning filled, laughs, Oozescape adventure. I think we're actually going to just start in the order we already started in. Classy. Oh, Classy. Classy, you, I don't know how many desks you've sent on in your time. How many libraries you've seen or books that you've protected. But an Ink Guardian ooze is not easy to come by. And the mad mage of this dungeon, well, he has put every nickel and dime forward to assure that the security of this place is perfect. And he has very valuable information sitting at his desk that he needs protected. So he has acquired you. You don't know if it was through trade or sale because most of your travel was inside a very dark box. Maybe a small glass one, or maybe you were inside another vial inside of this box. But you are met with the sound of wheels and rattling. Maybe the sound of other beasts, you're not entirely sure. But travel for days and days in the dark. Not a total surprise to you. Libraries tend to be a bit dim lit. But he never lets you out. And he talks to himself the whole way. Prattling and rattling about. But it's his laugh that sticks with you. A cackle. That you can't forget. As he pours you from whatever container you're in into an ink vial on his desk. And he gets very, very close, and you can see one mad eye kind of obscured through the glass of this little container as he sticks a very sharp quill into your back. And he says, "Protect the desk. They must not have what's inside of it, my beautiful Igor. Oh, I can't wait for vacation." And he proceeds to cork the vial. And as he turns to go away, he can't really hear you, but I wonder, do you say anything to him? Or to yourself?
When I see the eye just staring at me, he just goes, "Oh, well, hello. I am okay. Stick a quill in me before introductions. My name is okay, you're corking me. Talk later. Goodbye."
Yeah, and I imagine the goodbye like as I cork finishes sealing it off. And you kind of see his frame walk away through the kind of convex glass of this bottle, this vial that you sit in. And it gets dark once again. And his laugh rings out against what you can only imagine are hollow walls. As he's like, ah, yes, it's time. And from his pocket, the same long journey of days and days in the dark, Brunhilde, you are slipped from the dark pocket of a mad mage. You are in your beautiful home, the perfect vial. It fits you so beautifully and nicely. It's everything that you love. But you are shaken, awake. Another eye, mad as it can be, peers at you. He says, oh, yes, I have plans for you, tricky plans. As he
Oh boy, that sounds fun.
pops the cork and begins to pour you into another vial.
Oh no, my home. Oh, that was my home.
He empties you out into, it's actually a much larger space. You feel very small in here. And you see him pop another strange cylindrical item from his pocket, and a lid comes off of it. It gets very close to the glass, and you hear like, as it writes something across the front of it. It is backwards for you.
Oh gosh, I sure hope I can figure this one out. Let's see here.
And he goes, yes, trick them. They shall drink you.
Oh yeah, that's a good way to get into their bodies. I like that plan, yeah.
And
Right.
he corks you too. And you can see there may be things on either side of you, possibly matching vials. You're not entirely sure. You're maybe up high on a shelf. And he kind of hobbles away as if he's a busy man, still prattling on about his vacation, his extended holiday, and how much he hates it. Get off my lawn, you dirty adventurers! Stealing my stuff I worked so hard for. As he kind of continues his process of setting this space up. The dim light makes it hard to see, but you cannot mistake that he takes your vial and sets it on his desk.
Oh, so that's where you're putting that. Okay, good, nearby. I like that, yeah.
As you kind of settle and wait to see maybe what his next action is. This time, there's nothing that comes from a pocket. Instead, you hear the boop, boop of a kobold's voice as a kobold backs in a cart. Boop, boop. Shiver, your ride has been very tough. It's been a very quaky journey, rattling, a couple wheels lost. You know you are being moved in a large cart of some kind, though you're not entirely sure where. You weren't greeted like the last guy you worked for. There was no complimentary, gift basket when you arrived. You were simply shoved into a large crate and hauled to some unknown location. And you believe you've arrived where you need to be as you hear the kobold like boop, boop, boop as it backs it in. And the madman goes, yes, it's arrived. Yes, right there. Stop. As he comes over and the sound of wood creaking as it pries away. And you can't help but somewhat spill out of the container that you have been squeezed into, this container you've been squeezed into. And you can see that the cart is being tipped. And you're being dumped into a very, very large pit.
Oh, hey, has anyone seen Reggie?
There's no Reggie. There's two strange kobolds, one of which is trying to dump you out by himself. And the mad mage is like, yes, put your back into it, more. As you're beginning to go down, maybe you get a glimpse to and fro. You can see there's a bridge, actually rather large bridge, that crosses the pit in which they're dumping you into. And he says, they shall freeze before they ever step foot in my lair. Oh,
I get it. It's an ice joke.
Of course, neither the kobolds nor the mad mage completely understand. I don't know what ooze speak is, but yeah, oozish.
Yeah,
As you blah, 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 and you are dumped. There is some water in the base of this already, but upon your arrival, when you touch it, it almost freezes solid, which is pretty much what he was hoping for. And you hear him say, "Yes, it's working perfectly."
Well, where's the coffee bar?
And you can hear that sound of the water like freezing around you as it ices over. And he says, "Just one more. The trickiest of them all. Tiny, tiny, evil. And you can hear it, Barbie. His panting as if he's been running quite a lot. "I can't be late. I cannot miss my cart." As he rushes over and he picks you up from your container. Now, your container is double locked. You're dangerous. No accidents can happen this time around. In fact, he places you kind of far away and uses a mage hand to lift your box. As it floats across the way, and you see there's a white pillar and something sitting on top of it. A skull, maybe? You're not entirely sure. As he hovers the mage hand and again begins to pour you into this skull from the top down. You can see it. You probably get a really good view. You're farthest away. This is maybe a private library of some kind, books, or at least what you imagine that humanoids read or consume in some way. They're stacked all along these tall shelves, and there's alchemy bottles and things bubbling and a desk nearby. But to get into this space, you have to cross a large chasm with a bridge, and you can see the Mad Mage, his hood up, hovering. He wears Bermuda style like swim trunks, like linen swim trunks, along with like his usual top, and he has I don't know what a beach tunic is, but he's for sure wearing one, and like hempen rope and his sandals, and he's definitely not dressed for this location. As he looks down at you, and he never touches you, and he says, "Pretty, Icker." I am so... Oh.
Where am I, human? I was formerly in the fourth realm, worshipped by all my followers, and then someone defeated me, and now I am here.
He like sticks out like these two little pseudopods.
Yeah, I imagine.
And flails them about.
They probably come through the eye sockets of this empty skull as they're like... You know, they like flap a little bit. And he says, "So excited are you? Hold it in, my tiny ichor ooze. Your time shall come." "So glad I killed you."
Wait, what?
And he goes and walks away. "Oh, must not be late. And he picks up his bag. And he... "My pretties, make sure that nobody steals my secrets while I'm away. Must do your jobs."
When you return.
And you see the torch on the wall. He puts the kind of lid on it as the torch like goes out. And you hear him as he claps all across this multi-tiered tower. You can hear boxes opening, things falling to the side. Something growls in the distance and is released into a pit somewhere. The dungeon comes to life. And the Mad Mage goes, "Ah! It's vacation time!" Boom. And he's gone. Him, the kobolds, the cart, and everything falls silent.
Oh, hey there, folks. How you doing?
I'm placed in here against my will, being captured by the person who defeated me.
Oh, gee, I'm so sorry about that. That sounds like it's a really rough thing to go through.
Indeed it is. When they return, I shall rend their flesh from their body and dance around them.
Oh, I bet you will. I believe that. I can see it. I tell you, I have a good eye for these things, and I can see it.
I once had many eyes that could pierce the every realm at once. My powers were omnipotent.
Well, that sounds just wonderful.
Thank you. Of course, yes, it is wonderful.
Yeah, and what's your name, dear?
My name is Gabriel Demon's Bane, the one whose back scrapes the heavens and who claws under the earth. But I suppose you could call me Barbie for now.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you, Barbie. You can call me Brunhilde, or Mom, if that suits you.
I will call you Brunhilde for now.
Okay, you do that then. And hello down there in the pit there. Hello.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hi. Hi,
Hey.
how you doing?
I think I've fallen, and I can't get up.
Oh, you need some help getting out of there, do ya?
Yeah, it's kind of, Is this supposed to be the waiting room?
No, dear. That's the dangerous pit that the adventurers are supposed to fall into, and then you destroy them.
Oh, the sword guys. Yeah, I know about those.
Yeah. The sword guys. Oh, and the magic people too.
Oh, yeah, I know them too.
Oh yeah. I like to get them especially. They have tangy blood, let me tell you. And our little friend over there on the desk.
Oh, yes, that's hi, hello. All of you sound very interesting. Hi, I'm Melf. You can just call me Classy. I don't want my name's quite long. Not as long as Barbie's, it seems.
My name is not just a name, it is a series of titles. For every foe I defeat, I add another name to my lengthy title I have bestowed upon myself.
And as soon as you kill off the mage here, you're gonna have another title.
Indeed I shall.
We're so lucky to get to call you Barbie.
Yes, you're welcome.
Makes it so much easier, though we acknowledge and respect all your other titles.
Thank you.
Absolutely, sweetie. So, it appears we need to get our friend in the pit out of the pit.
Classy's also corked in. Barbie, you have the easiest access of potentially oozing out of this skull. Yeah.
So when Barbie sits up, they sit up and it's like their head is the skull, and there's two little like dotty like black eyes, and where the skull's head is, where like the skull's head, so it looks like they have a tiny little head, and their body is like these two little arms that slide across things, so it looks like there's a little head.
I love it so much. You can hear just the slightest sound of the bone on the floor, like as it drags and you move.
And they slide their way up to the table to where Classy is at.
Okay.
And they like peer at the bottle.
All right. So, do you have any like are you acidic? Do you have anything we need to be concerned about in terms of moving across the space?
So, I have nothing to worry about when I'm moving across a space. I have spider climb also.
Oh, okay. So then you have no problem heading up the desk. I imagine it's like kind of like a snail almost, like with this skull head on your back. And you move up to the top. You can see on the desk is this ink vial. It's corked. There's a quill next to it. Has a little bit of black ink, you think, on the end. And on the bottle, handwritten on a label, it says totally normal ink.
Barbie looks at the bottle, looks at the pen, picks up the pen, and then goes,
Ah, yes, I shall now write out my next ledger. A letter that will be addressed. Oh, crime of war, yes. War, I need ink to write my letter of war. Declaration
Barbie,
of war.
I don't mean to rush you. And I don't... We just met. I don't want to ask too much of you.
Yes.
But could you let me out?
I could do that.
Yes, it's very... honestly rather cramped in here.
Let's see.
So if you want to give it a try, this would be an athletics check for you or just a regular strength check to try to finagle the cork out of the bottle.
I will go with a strength check.
Okay.
Can I help by pushing?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, doesn't need, look like
Don't even need it. Maybe you go to reach, and as soon as your little ooze goes to touch the top of the cork, it pops free. And staring, I imagine down at you, I don't know why, is this skull. So there's like ooze, kind of black ooze around it, and you can see that Barbie has Freezer standing there with this quill.
See his little tiny dot eye look down.
Ah, yes, a new minion to bow down to my needs.
And they turn the bottle upside down.
Okay.
And, like, slide you out.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Hi. No one's been. I tried to introduce myself to the wizard. He didn't introduce himself. Hi, my name is Mel's Decimal Classification System. The best way to sort out any scrolls and books in your library. But you can call me Classy. And he holds out a little pseudopod hand for a handshake.
Indeed, that is quite the title. More words than mine. No matter. My name is Barbriel Demonsbane, back who scrapes the heavens and claws sunder the earth. Yes, claws who sunder the earth. One word more than mine. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, newest minion.
And there's a small squish as two oozes shake hands for the first time. And from across the room, all of you hear the sound of another voice rings out, maybe from a back corner of just junk old scrolls and trunks. And a voice goes, "Hey, can you lot just shove it? He's talked so much. We're on vacation. He's on vacation. All you got to do is sit here."
Well, that was rather rude.
You look over, and there's a mimic chest in the corner whose mouth is like rah, 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 every time it talks in this kind of really, Cockney British. And he goes, just sit there. Just sit there.
Oh, hey, are you at a welcoming party?
Ain't no welcoming party here. We've been, bee snapped, taken, brought here to work for the Mad Mage.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing about labor is sometimes you don't like it, huh?
Oh, it gets tricky, don't you know?
We should unionize.
Yes,
Idea
union.
now?
I don't know what that means, but I'm very on board.
It means that we all share power despite our levels of wealth or ranking in file. However, I will have the most power because I am still Barbriel Demonsbane, back who scrapes the heavens.
You keep talking
And
about
claws
your
that thunder
scraping
the earth.
Yes, thank you.
Oh,
Yes,
wait. Can we maybe, you ever played the quiet game?
Oh,
Oh, I
no.
used to do that with my little elixirs.
Well, I say we play for the next 2 weeks while he's gone.
Oh, you're just a grumpy Gus.
My name's not Gus.
Well, what is it then?
It's Mike.
Mike. Oh, I had a
Mike
cousin
the
named-
Mimic.
I had a cousin named Mike. He was a tough guy, let me tell you. Are you a tough guy?
Oh, Mike's a tough. Yeah, I'm a tough Mike. I'm tough.
Oh, I bet you are. I bet you've taken out plenty of adventurers with that cunning disguise.
You know what? I have taken out. And it's a bit of a slap in the face, proverbially speaking. To just be sidelined like this. I had a whole room in this place to myself. I was doing so well. Do you know how many adventures I've consumed in my short lifetime?
I'm sure I couldn't even count that high.
You're right. You can't because you don't have digits.
You're right. Yeah. So tell me, I don't suppose you would be willing to give me a hand with something here, would you?
I don't have hands.
Well,
But
no,
I'm a
but you got
chess.
that big long tongue, and if you could just maybe move me in this bottle over to the table over there where that little vial is, that would just be spectacular.
You want me to use my tongue to come all the way across this room to come get you and deliver you to the desk.
Oh, a big, strong mimic like you can certainly shuffle across the floor.
Michael the Mimic, this is my suggestion. She is very good at disarming people, and I would suggest you do what she says.
Y'all, I have pulled up a mimic stat block.
We did it.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have you make a persuasion check on this mimic.
Okay.
I don't know how persuasive an ooze can be, but why not? This is
Not very.
ridiculous.
Let's find out.
A 13, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Okay. He's gonna make a really bad wisdom check. He goes, you know, for too long have I been stationary. For too long have I sat in this corner full of junk and not fulfilled my purpose. I will save you. I will.
Oh, my hero!
He's going to... This is so ridiculous. He's going to make a strength check to use his tongue to pull himself across the floor.
Excellent.
Oh no.
No.
He goes, he begins the process. He tries, and you hear the sound. Oh man, there's a lot of logistics of trying to move a chest with a massive tongue. He has to kind of hop and jump and try to catch himself on his tongue, right? Because he's gonna have to hop his tongue all the way over. And instead, he does it once, and the tongue is not strong enough to hold the weight of the chest, and it claps down, and he bites his tongue.
Oh, goodness gracious, no, you poor thing.
Oh.
Oh, no, you just take it easy, dear.
I just wanted to take a vacation.
Hey, how's it going up there? I still can't see anything.
Oh, well, Mike tried to come over here, and the floor got him. Because, floors are tricky.
Wow, that sounds like, you really probably should have saw that one coming.
I think he broke his tongue.
I bet my tongue. I bet.
He bit it. Oh, yeah. It was a good bite, too. Big old clean one.
You want a little bit of ice for that? And I'll like reach up a pseudopod out of the out of the hole.
Oh, hey, I don't think we got your name down in the hole.
Oh yeah, I'm Shiver.
Oh, Shiver. Hello, nice to meet you.
Yeah, that's just what people do when I'm around, so I figured I'd call it myself that too,
Yeah, makes sense. That's very clever.
Does make sense.
Does make a lot of sense.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Shiva.
Yeah, it's great to meet you too. I wish I could see you.
Oh yes, we need to try and figure that out.
Can you not climb your way out of that hole?
Yeah, well, according to my stat block here, I don't have a climbing speed.
That is a shame.
It's true. And you're a little frozen to the water around you. Kind of like touched it, like merged with it.
Well, please, it's frozen to me.
I guess that's true. Yeah, it's stuck to you. It's like a tongue on a frozen ice pole.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I'm just gonna do something real quick here, and I am going to spider climb up the side of the vial I'm in and try to push the cork out of the top.
Yeah. A little strength check. It's not terribly hard. He wanted somebody to drink this, remember?
Yeah.
It's probably just lightly placed on the top.
Oh, that was
Okay.
a save, but a thing.
A 13's a 13. Yeah, you very easily, in fact, as you push it off, you realize he didn't cork it very much, which seems like you're not sure if that was purposeful or not, but it comes off rather easily as you kind of are able to spider climb your way out of this vial. You filled up about half of it. This vial is shaped very differently than your home. It's kind of, I don't know what that, it's like a cone almost. Yeah, it's a cone. That's the word for it, right? And it's got a little stopper at the top. Very fantasy.
Conical.
Yeah.
Flaps,
and
I
as you
think.
kind of come out of it, you realize you're up on a shelf. You can spider climb down the wall. You can make a intelligence check to see if you can read what he wrote on your.
Love to. With my mighty intelligence of 4. Let's see.
Oh no.
How do I do that on Roll20?
On your character sheet, you should just be able to click intelligence.
Okay. Oh, it's the word. Got it. There we go.
Yep, a 7. It's hard to make out. You can see that the vial you were in was actually sitting next to 2 other vials. Mm-hmm. And on one vial, it says something potion. And on another vial, it says the same word. You're not sure exactly what it is. And it says potion. And then on your vial, it says best something potion. But you're missing the something piece.
He's not wrong. I am the best of them. Okay, let's see here. Now, where is my little house? Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm just gonna carefully make my way down the shelf here. Oh.
Yep, there's a little sloshing as Brühilde makes herself known. Our two oozes out of their containers can see as Brühilde, you kind of scurry across. The chest has pulled back to the corner, and you can hear him like as he sucks on a very small piece of ice to heal his tongue.
There you go, Mike. You just suck on that ice. That'll help.
He whines in the corner like a big
for about
baby.
15 minutes, and then take it off for the next 15. Okay?
Yeah.
She's going to go back to where her vial is, and she half of her kind of slides into it.
Yep.
And it comes up above her and just kind of sticks like that.
Yeah.
And she starts kind of climbing over to the edge of the table to look down into the pit.
You're actually quite far from the pit. This room is cylindrical. It's a very big circular room. And you're all on kind of the, we'll say the southern side of this room. The northern side has this bridge and then the pit. This seems to be like a isolated workspace, basically, for him. You can't see much else. There are some, I call them windows. They're like slits in the concrete of the cylindrical building way up high that let in very dim light. But he's put out all the torches in this room. No candles were left burning, of course. Nor did he leave the gas on because he went on vacation. So, yeah, and you can see over into the pit. I don't know. Do y'all even have a passive perception as an ooze?
Yes.
I don't.
Yes.
That's a question I never.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
an 11.
Yeah.
Mine's
You-
an 8.
An 8. Okay, you can see that the pit is about 30 feet down,
Okay.
and the bridge seems shiny, as if it might have something glazing the top of it. You're not entirely sure. It looks really, really, really shiny. And then you can see that there's like a frozen, just the very tip top, the frozen bed of like water and, of course, Shiver down there chilling in the pit.
Got it. Okay, so let's see here. Classy, Barbie, Shiver. How are we going to get Shiver out of that pit?
Ooh, that is a good question.
Does anybody have a rope?
Well, I mean, there's the rope on. Is it like a rope bridge across?
Yeah.
It actually looks to be made of stone.
Okay.
It's like a stone bridge. I'd say it's probably about 10 foot across, give or take. The pit is actually longer than it is wide. It's kind of like a narrow gap. Yeah. But no, it seems to be so. There's no edges to it. There's no handles. And you just walk straight across it.
Okay. Well, let's see if we can find a rope in here then.
Let's get from our 3 very small oozes an investigation check from each of you. This should be fun.
I'm just gonna roll intelligence.
Okay. All right. A 0, a 12, and a 13. So at a 0, Brühilde, you do not find a rope at all. You find a series of items that you're not entirely sure are going to help, but you found them.
Good.
As you kind of peek about, his drawers are full of junk and letters and notes. His bookshelves are, you wouldn't know that they are unorganized, but the books don't necessarily stand in the same direction. They stack, and some are on the floor, and you peer around, and what you are able to basically find is an old wand that seems broken. It's like the tip is like hanging from it. And, you know, maybe some gold pieces in a drawer or something, but nothing that seems to help you with getting Shiver out of the pit.
So many packets of duck sauce.
Yes.
I feel so called out.
There's a whole drawer. Now, as
never know.
for the other two. As for Classy and Barbie, the two of you kind of putter about. Barbie, you could maybe back over to the area where you started, where this like skull was sitting on this pedestal, and you kind of look around. It seems that this pedestal is a distraction because there's nothing special about it, from what you can tell, as if he wanted to make it look like a centerpiece, even though it has no real value whatsoever. And oh yeah, and you find a set of keys.
Oh.
You don't know what they go to, but a whole ring of keys.
These keys, I will take these, for they are probably important to that human. I will lure the human to me instead of me going to them, and when they get close, I shall rend them asunder.
Keys jangle.
Just jangles the keys in the air, just into their body.
Barbie, who are you talking to?
No one. I'm just, I'm over here. Just, I found keys. Okay, over here.
Classy. You realize instantly this is very unorganized, this whole library. It would take you ooze lifetime to reorganize it instantly. Like, I'm just going to give you that. He seems to work with little to no care. His papers are all over the place. His thoughts are all over the place. But you come across something else. A book that stands out to you. It doesn't seem to match any of the other references or like tomes he has in here. In fact, it's a fantasy book, like a nonfiction. And when you pull it, or if you touch it, it slides a little bit off the shelf, to your surprise, and a secret door slides open at the back end of the room. Inside of it is a different pedestal with something very, very important on it. A scroll. It's kind of in a tube, and it sits perfectly on top of it. But going through this space, other than opening the door, the only thing that you can find that might be helpful or even come close would be the bookshelves themselves. They are potentially long enough to actually be able to drop down into the pit, but there are no ropes in this room.
This place is horribly unorganized. How do you know your evocations from your enchantments? This is the cantrips from the second level spells. How does he live like this?
Take a deep breath, Classy. Take a deep breath. Deep breath in. Okay.
I don't even think I need to breathe, but that was soothing. Oh, okay. God, I can't believe it that the 9th level spells are right next to the cantrips. Like, okay, I couldn't find any rope, but these awfully disorganized bookshelves could be of use since they're clearly not being used to organize the books on them.
Well, maybe we could throw a couple planks down or build a ladder. Anybody know how to use a hammer?
I do know how to use a hammer, but
Holds a tiny little suit.
Yeah, one of which has keys.
yes.
I know. Okay. At this size, I usually can't. I would like everyone to look away, because I need to get, I suppose, rather angry for me to do what I'm about to do, and I don't want anyone to see me that way.
Why do you need to be angry?
Just wait and see. And this is going to be a bit. I'm reaching here.
Okay.
But I would like
I'm excited.
I would like Class is gonna stare at these unorganized books, and he's just gonna start hyperventilating, stressing out. And I would like to use expansive presence, and I want to use this as confronting a hostile creature. Seeing
yeah, this is
books.
your literal worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I love that. You begin. It just gets. Brunhilde, he doesn't seem to calm down. In fact, Classy seems to get more and more, I hate to say enraged, but upset maybe is a better word, as you and even though oozes don't breathe, every grunt and every bit of aggression that starts to come through, do you swell in size?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go bigger and bigger.
And slowly but surely.
I'm eventually a large category. I don't know
Wow.
how tall that would be.
That's bigger than a human.
Yeah. So I'm eventually like just a large.
Yeah, it's
inky black.
big. And now things are just being knocked over. Every time you get more and more angry, like vials are knocking over, potions and other things that are in here. Books are coming off of shelves and being dumped on the floor. Papers are kind of going everywhere. It's becoming a bit catastrophic. But he's much larger than you could have ever expected, especially coming out of that tiny little ink bottle.
Okay, before I lose it entirely, I would like dump as much of the books out of the shelves first as I can, and then like I guess I want to use myself plus the length of like maybe a part of this bookshelf. I would like snap part of the sideboard.
Okay,
off
yeah.
And see like would that plus my height be anywhere near 30 feet?
Sure. I imagine you could definitely make it work. If nothing else, with your large size and the help of whatever you get off the bookshelf, absolutely. Do you take any bonuses at this size for like a strength check or some kind of attack?
No, I'm able to attack twice now.
Oh, okay, so you get to attack twice. So I'm going to say based on your size and the fact that your books are knocked all over the place in your rage, you tear one of these bookshelves asunder. And one of the large pieces kind of along the side, these are very high ceilings, probably 25 or 30 feet. So these bookshelves are easily 15 feet, 17 feet or so, as it kind of like crumbles around you. It damages the one next to it, which now stands kind of bent to one side. Another one like leans against the wall from where it's been knocked off kilter. But the one that you completely destroyed in this like temper tantrum over the state of this library is there in front of you.
And just like still heavy breathing. I think at this point if they're worried if they talk or waste any time, that's going to an all-out rage.
Yeah.
At how unorganized this is. He just quickly slides across the room towards the bridge and like tries to hold the board down.
Yeah,
with
you
his
stretch your
points.
oozy body out with this board, and as you get closer, you realize that everything is looks like solid ice below you, and you just feel with your full length that is like your back ooze is attached to the side, and you're stretching your ooze out with this board. You hear it tap, tink, solid ice, and Shiver, you feel something solid like hit your form.
Oh, look at that. Hey, is that something that I could climb up? I'd like to try to climb up that.
You can absolutely can.
Okay.
You start the process. I'm going to let you make a strength check with some advantage because you have a little bit of a friend here to help you. Oh, a nat 20.
No, take it.
I love it.
Hell yeah.
And you begin kind of climbing the board, and as the ice below kind of cracks as Shiver pulls from it, and it becomes like floating ice chunks once again beneath. The board freezes on Shiver's touch, and just as you think Shiver's weight may crack under the weight of this frozen board, both of you make it kind of up and over the side. As I imagine our Ink Guardian slowly begins to shrivel back down into like Ink Guardian size, and in front of you stands Shiver. Shiver, what do you actually look like now that you're out of the ice pit?
Oh, you see this like kind of crystalline, jelly sort of shape, but it's this very like vibrant blue color. Looks as if it could almost be like frozen ice or a gem of some kind.
Nice, yeah. And
I'll just
kind of shiny.
Reach out a pseudopod. Yeah, very shiny too. I'll reach out a pseudopod and just kind of pat Classy on the back and be like, hey, I really appreciate your help there. You know, sometimes I think we get self-conscious about the ways that we appear to others, especially in our worst moments, but I want you to know that that was very helpful and I appreciate it. And you feel a very cold pseudopod on your back.
Like just to see a shiver run across.
Yeah.
And that's why they call me Shiver, and I'll walk away. Or, squirt away.
And behind
Just
it,
go
and
away,
left
away,
is
away.
like the little spider icicles, on the stone floor here. But you also see two other oozes in front of you, Brewhilda and Barbie. Brewhilda, did you have any distinctive features other than your your vial sticking straight up for your back?
In her, she looks like a orangish reddish potion, but there's like debris floating in her.
Oh, okay.
It looks like maybe dust or sediment or something.
Oh, it reminds me of those gooey things you used to get at the arcade. And you take them home, and they'd have dust bunnies all over them before the end of the day.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It's kind of like that.
Oh,
Like over the years of crawling around, she's just kind of picked stuff up and hasn't gotten rid of it. And at the top of her, it would be the bottom of the vial, but at the top of the way it sits on her is a little pattern on the vial of cracking that looks like a little lace doily.
oh, cute. So cute. And what about our dear Barbie?
So now that Barbie has really settled inside of the skull, they now have situated it so that because the way their slime looks like, it's kind of like one of those those like looks like almost like a glowing piece of bioluminescent like ichor that is just constantly like pulsating red, and then it glows and it dims, glows and dims like a heartbeat.
Oh.
But it reacts to whenever they get overexcited or stimulated. So sometimes it's bright red, or like when they're being humbled, it turns to a dull purple. But the way they situate themselves inside of this skull, because they want to use the skull to express themselves even more. So while all of this was happening, they drew 2 eyebrows on top of the skull, and they're like facing down like his angry eyebrows. So that's how they're trying their best to look,
So
more imposing, more imposing and expressive.
Yeah, and I imagine maybe you found the marker sitting over on the desk where Classy was at. The same one that he used to scribble best health potion on the container that Brewhilda was in. And Classy, as you slowly come back down to size, do you have any distinctive features when you're not in your big form, your large form?
Yeah. There's like every so often, like kind of floating around inside of Classy, you see like a very, very small like cut of paper with really tiny writing written on it. And I think right now you probably see them pull it out and like start writing like positive affirmations about themselves on it as they calm themselves down. So like 5 good things that's happened today, so that they can like calm down and relax.
Yeah. You are enough exactly as you are. Yeah.
Exactly.
Whatever you like, stick it. And yeah, you carry your little affirmation with you for the day. And we see these 4 oozes kind of come together in this open space. You can see the mimic has fallen asleep with the piece of ice on his tongue in the corner, and he lets out a few snores or sounds of what you might imagine it to be. But the 4 of you, other than the sleeping mimic, seem to be alone. And there is the only entrance in and out of here is that bridge that goes across. There doesn't seem to be any other doors, any other windows, except of course for the secret little chamber that Classy revealed.
Okay, so how's everybody feeling now?
I have so much work to do. I have to organize all of the bookshelves here, at least the standing ones that are left. And there's most likely other bookshelves in other rooms I need to organize. I think we're gonna have to do a total rehaul and just reorganize everything from the ground up.
I thought this was a vacation.
Oh, what is a vacation?
Well, I think it's when you don't do the work that you're normally supposed to do because you're doing something else.
Oh,
I
goodness.
see.
I've never been on a vacation.
I do not have time to take a vacation. I must plot my revenge.
And they stare at the ring of keys with such malice and hatred that can like power 1,000 suns.
The keys rattle just a little bit with the like anger, that like shaking of anger. As a teacher's like tink 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 tink.
So then I suppose do you need help then with the organizing?
I wouldn't say no to help, but I also don't want to take away your vacation from you.
Well, I mean, if vacation is doing what you normally don't do, then I just won't kill people.
Oh, we can't kill people either?
Well, I mean, if it's vacation.
This is
Okay. Okay. So does that mean I should do what you normally do, and you do what I normally do, and
Oh.
then neither of us are doing what we normally do? That's a vacation.
That
Right.
makes sense to me, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna look for someone to kill.
great. How about everybody roll an? Well, if you would like, you can roll an insight check. How about that? As you say that we should be doing the opposite. I love this opposite day problem of what you're supposed to be doing.
What was that? What would that be?
An insight. An 18.
That's wisdom.
I'm
Okay.
insightful.
4.
Oh, and that one. Okay. Well, here's the thing. If you're supposed to be doing the opposite of what you should be doing, Shiver, you're supposed to be guarding this pit. So you should do anything other than that.
I think we should run away.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've never done that before.
Mean leave this space.
I suppose that is one way of running away.
Oh, goodness, that sounds so naughty.
Now, Brunhilde, you rolled an 18. Yeah, our poor 4 and R2. Yeah, y'all definitely believe you should do anything other than the job that you were put in this space to actually accomplish. Brunhilde, you get the vibe that you were definitely placed here for a purpose. And if you're gonna take a vacation, it should just be simply as long as his is. And he did say he was gonna be gone for 2 weeks. So you have 2 weeks to not do the thing you're supposed to be doing.
You know, it occurs to me that we've got about 2 weeks to do whatever we want here. Because the vacation should be us doing what we want.
Friend Brunhilde. I will be honest, I have lost concept of time since I transformed into this state. How long is 2 weeks?
Oh, it's about 6 adventurers.
I see 6 adventurers. They will return and I will plot my revenge. Shakes the keys.
Jingle, jingle, jingle. That jingling happens once again. Now, at a 14 classy, I'll add this piece for you. Since you are our librarian of the group. If this is, in fact, a library, this could only be, you've been in many libraries, only one floor of that library. And if the top floor is kept like this, you can't imagine what the bottom floor is kept like.
Oh no, oh no, oh no. 2 weeks is enough for me to organize everything. I could barely organize this room in 2 weeks. Oh goodness. And that whole secret channel that I exposed, like that, if we're going to be following the Mel's decimal classification system, that's only for like the world enders or world creators kind of spells. So, and honestly, the way that this wizard has organized everything, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like a cantrip. So I'm gonna have to, as much as I want to go on vacation, this is just gonna stress me out for 2 weeks. So I think I'm just gonna go check out this, at the very least, this pedestal and see if they put the right kind of artifact or spell or scroll there. Oh god, I can feel myself hyperventilating again. I don't even.
What did you say it was? A cantrip?
I don't know if it is, but just the way that this wizard has organized everything, I wouldn't be surprised if it is.
Well, if that's what it is, just don't trip.
Oh, that's a funny one. Good job with the joke.
I understood that because it's the word.
Wait a minute. Was that a joke?
I don't think
Was
I can
it
trip. I
not?
don't have legs.
It wasn't a joke.
Oh, goodness.
Oh.
Well, now that's just awkward.
Now I feel embarrassed.
Oh,
Do you
Let's
make
see.
your way to the room?
Yeah, he's like slowly.
It's
like, I
another,
think he's,
like-
very purposely trying to hide. Their
Yeah,
eyes.
The books, and there are
From the
books
books.
everywhere that you have spilled all over the place. So you kind of have
Yeah.
to dodge and weave. And as you get closer, it's another small, very much smaller circular room, like 6 by 6 maybe. And standing in the middle is this column, about well, it would be not waist high on you, waist high on a human. And on it sits this kind of cylindrical tube that's gonna have something in it. But when you get close, you realize that all along the walls above the door seem to be, I'll just say items for now. There are like items. There's a robe, but it seems to not be like wearable anymore. It's like behind glass and hanging on the wall, and there's like a staff that's hanging next to it, possibly been retired, and a book that is been kind of sealed away and is on a shelf by the robe, as if somebody has put up things on the wall, and for whatever reason they seem to be more important than all the other things out there.
How? Well, it's none of these other things are books or scrolls, so I don't really care. I need to check if they at least organized this room correctly, though. He's gonna try and like climb this like the central column thing.
And you up to the top. You can make a I would take an academics, I guess. There's not really an academic, so I guess there's an intelligence check. I would take a history check. Might be
I'm just dealing with straight skills. I have no proficiencies in anything. So you said what was this? Was
intelligence?
Intelligence, yeah.
Okay, at a 3. The junk doesn't. The junk on the walls doesn't seem to bother you. This tube is airtight. You cannot figure out how to get it open. But it does seem, based on the container, which has some additional writing on it, whatever's in here must be important.
False alarm. It seems like they've at least organized this room correctly.
Oh, that's nice.
The important thing is behind the secret door.
Important thing? What kind of important thing is it there? Is it something I can use against them?
If you try hard enough, I suppose you can use anything against them.
Well, that is a good point. That's the right attitude right there.
Indeed, I shall bludgeon them to death.
And they shake the keys.
Jingle, 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 jingle. Anybody else that wants to take a peek is welcome to into the room. You'll see the same thing at quick view. But if you wanted to make some kind of insight check, or if you wanted to make a history check, if any of you have that proficiency, if not, just a straight intelligence or wisdom check.
I have insight, I think. So yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Okay. You immediately see that it's not just stuff on the wall. There's a picture of him on the wall. That the items hanging there seem to be some kind of historical timeline of his years of adventuring. He's retired. All his retirement stuff is like hanging up on the wall. Maybe this is before he went mad. You might be able to get in the case.
I wonder if I can get in there. Let's see here. Let me just set this to the side. And she kind of slides out of her vial and oozes over and tries to wiggle her way inside the case.
Do you have any kind of abilities that'll let you fit through tiny spaces, or?
I do, in fact. I have.
Thought you did.
Enormous.
Nice.
I also have that.
Oh, great. Perfect. Okay.
Any space as narrow as 1 inch wide without squeezing.
So, part of the reason, maybe you're both up there, these tiny two oozes are like staring at this tall cylinder that you probably would put like a map or something in. And you realize that you can't get in it because you have to go in from the top. And Brunhilde found the like hole in the top of it. And as you both kind of like in, or do you pull it out? There's something in it. It's paper.
I'll pull it out so everybody can see it.
Y'all slowly like and get it out of the tube, and it kind of tumbles to the floor and unfurls. And as it does, any normal person looking in the room immediately the camera would cut. It'd be like, bomb, bomb, bomb. Because this scroll rolls out into some kind of ritual. Written in, Brunhilde, you would know it immediately. Blood. It is written in blood. You could smell it.
Good stuff.
And it seems to be these dark symbols or these strange writings all around, and it is a instruction manual for some kind of dark ritual.
Oh, hey! It looks like this is some sort of dark ritual. That's right up your alley, Barbie.
What a dark ritual!
And they just scurry down the table and they shuffle across at high speeds into the room.
Yeah, the keys and the skull are dragging behind you.
Where? This is what
Oh,
kind
right
of dark
here.
ritual?
This scroll right here. Look at all the creepy writing in blood. Isn't that great?
Yes, indeed. These are the scripts of.
Would I know what scripts these are?
I would need a history check or an
I'm gonna
arcana check.
I'm gonna go with intelligence.
Great, yeah, make an
Fair
intelligence
enough,
check.
This isn't anything. Oh, wow.
At an 11, this is super duper big magic. Like this is next level, not beginner level magic. It seems that the skull, you see the skull picture that you're carrying, so the skull seems to be like a part of it in some way, or at least you think. And there's some kind of circle that needs to be like drawn on the ground, but you can't actually read the writing itself. It is not anything that you speak or read, so you can't quite work out the details.
They look down at this.
Yes, I see. This is a very powerful spell. I cannot utter it, for it could render our minds into paste, and that is not very good for us.
No, I would not like that very much. No.
Maybe
Yeah, for me, it's the consistency of paste anyway. So I personally wouldn't mind.
If you want me to read the words?
Yes, please.
Okay. Well, you have to stand back. You have to stand back.
Oh, all right.
I need room.
Over
I need
here.
room.
Over here. I'm just gonna go over by Shiver. Let me get
Yeah,
my vial first.
Okay.
everybody
Oh,
clears the
hey.
little room.
I was wondering where you all went.
Oh.
Oh, we were over there with the scroll.
Oh, that's a secret room there.
It is, yeah. This place is just all sorts of fun.
Well,
All right, I'm going to do the spell now.
Okay, dear.
Okay. Varashtag. Bricto. Kafun.
And they hold their little pseudopods up into the air.
The pseudopods, maybe keys on one side, skull behind you. And for just a second, the three of you, not casting the spell, watches maybe the eye sockets of the skull begin to possibly glow red. You're not sure if it's Barbie or it's actually the spell starting to manifest, but that last word was super wrong. And as soon as that last word is said, it poofs out again. And the spell kind of...
That was impressive. I don't think I could
Thank
have
you
done
for not turning my brain into mush.
Oh, yes, you're welcome. You can come back into the room now. I will take the scroll.
Roll it up. Yeah. You tuck it again. One of you can tuck it into all of your stuff, slowly collecting more and more things.
Would you like me to hold the scroll? My acid doesn't affect book and paper or anything really immaterial, inorganic.
I think it would be best, you scroll keeper, I bestow this ancient text upon you. I will call upon your aid when I need to read asunder the words to render my victim's mind into paste.
And as that,
And they slowly back away.
and you slowly back away, that paste kind of sticks in the air for a second. And then as you go to exit the room, the ceiling in the larger space begins to make a strange noise. A little bit of dust falls from the ceiling and sticks to all of you. There's kind of like a rumbling noise. And then the ceiling begins to become liquid and spin. And then it becomes very, very solid, like a mirror. And you can see that an image kind of appears in this mirror on the ceiling to the front door. There are three figures there. There's a large bear carrying some kind of bashing weapon. A lizard-like folk that is standing there with a kind of pointy hat and a robe. And there is... Oh, no, don't let me get it wrong. There is a... Oh, right. Nope. Oh, yes. There's another small figure, much shorter than the other two. Probably a gnome who's dressed in all black. And he has something in his hand, and you can see him, like, wiggling something near the lock. And you can see that the security system that's put into place, whatever the front door camera is, has picked up on intruders as they jiggle. And you know what? Let's see if Dirk, or not named by me, named by chat, can unlock the front door.
Oh no, we can't let anyone in before I've organized the books. This will look really bad on our new wizard owner. We need to stop them.
Yeah, I have an idea, and I'll wave my pseudopods and I'll yell, "No solicitors! We don't want any of your business."
It rings out and kind of bounces and echoes in this cavernous space as you all stare up this image on the ceiling, and you watch as Dirk, this small figure, whatever he's messing with the tools, like turn, and the door clicks open and swings, and the three of them step in, and the security camera above you swirls out and becomes stone once more. They have in fact entered the building.
I think you should have said it louder.
Oh, is that not one of those ring things where you can talk to the people?
Hey, were you ever in Archwizard Uper's tower? He had one of them.
Well, hold up a minute. I think I met Uper once.
Yeah! Oh my goodness! Well, isn't it a small world?
Wait a minute. What floor were you on? I was on like the second or third floor, I think.
Oh, I was up on 6.
Oh, that would explain it. I never got to go that high up there.
Yeah. Oh, it was a treat up there, I'll tell you. We had plenty of things to do up there. Not too many adventurers got through, though. You were doing a great job.
Oh, thanks. It was always a good time. Do you remember that one dog that used to walk around in there? I tell you, he was just the cutest little guy.
Brute. Yeah. Oh, he was great. I definitely did not want to kill him.
Oh, no. I always let Brute through.
Yeah, he was a good boy. Always trying to lick on my glass, though.
Yeah, well, he dropped in to swim a couple of times, and I just kept popping him back out.
Aw, he was a fun baby.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, I feel like we were just talking about something. What was it?
Or the Intruders.
Oh,
Yes, the Intruders. I didn't want to interrupt your conversation. It was almost as if I couldn't find a jumping in point.
Oh, you can just jump in any old time, honey. We're fine. We're just old friends catching up.
Oh, I see. Well, there are intruders in this land.
And we cannot let them see the horribly and terribly disorganized books.
Right.
We need to ask them to leave. I'm going to ask them to leave. I'm going to ask them to leave. I don't know
Wait,
where...
before you do that, let me just, give me just 1 second. And she climbs up the shelf, back to the bottle that she was originally in. She kind of sets her cylindrical tube behind that jar, and she climbs up and takes the cork and goes back into the bottle and sticks the cork on there and focuses really hard. And the color of her liquid shifts and becomes just this vibrant, shimmery red that looks completely just intoxicating as she morphs herself into looking like a healing potion.
And the bottle still reads the best health potion on it. Totally wrong, not what you call it at all, but he's Mad Mage. And do one of you pick up Brewhilda?
I think I'll very delicately, with an ice cold pseudopod, go and pick up by like the top of the bottle so as not to freeze my new friend.
Yeah.
And I'll just carry it like this as I'm walking around, following wherever anyone else wants to go. I don't know what I'm doing here.
There's only one exit across the
This
bridge.
way.
Okay, I'll follow you, Classy.
Who goes first?
I think Classy.
Classy, when you get to the bridge, it is frozen solid. There is a sleek layer of ice on the top of it. And as your little pseudopod maybe steps out or you go to move onto it, it's very slippery. And it's hard for you to like keep your form as you kind of move onto the ice. I'm going to have you make a quick dex check. A 5.
Yeah, no.
And you all watch as Classy, the bridge is kind of, it's only like 3 feet wide or so, and it's almost arched. It's meant for things to slide off of it. It's meant to trick the anybody that tries to come through. And you watch as Classy begins to slowly like slide off, headed towards the pit.
I seem to be veering off to the left. I'm veering off to the left.
Is it at all possible for me to reach out, being kind of familiar with the icy climates, and try to help bring Classy back before falling down into the hole?
Yes, you can make a dex check. You stick to it instantly. You are not going to have the same disadvantages as they will, but you can make it with an advantage to try to maybe catch your friend. Perfect. You reach out, and just as Classy goes to like slip off of the edge, your pseudopod reaches out and touches, and Classy becomes a little bit more solid. I won't say frozen, but like cold. Kind of presses those small, a little less gooey and slippery. And you're able to kind of like slide Classy back onto the bridge. Barbie, you would have seen all of this go down, knowing in advance that it's going to be a slippery slope to the other side.
So when I saw the bridge, did I see that it's a bridge, but there's like a layer of ice on top of it, but there's still the stone bridge underneath it?
Yes, correct.
I see you have fallen for that foolish human's trap of the frozen bridge. To get across it, I will unleash the flames of the 9th level itself upon this to make it safe for us to cross.
And they like wiggle over to the edge of the bridge. And it's like really dramatic looking as like he's focusing all of this flame, this hot fire in between tiny little pseudopod arms right in front of their body. And it's just actually just him just going bloop, lobbing out a little tiny fireball onto the bridge Mario
I
style.
imagine for whatever reason it maybe comes through the eye sockets, and it is just a little like instead of like a massive but Shiver, you were in front and you're able to take the bridge, like I said, no problem, if you want to carry your friend and both friends kind of across, and you feel behind you warmth as Barbie, it's going to take you a few of these little fireballs, and they basically only melt exactly where they land. So you're able to kind of almost hop skip through these small portions, but it does begin to run the water. You can hear it dripping behind all of you as you make it to the other side. Now this tiny strip of a path that's not frozen right down the middle of the bridge, and maybe as you all look back into this room, it looks absolutely disheveled. The door stands open. The prized possession of the Mad Mage is technically, by quick perception, missing. His office has been totally ransacked, and all of the oozes that were put here to protect his most prized item are missing. To the naked eye, it would look like somebody has ransacked and stolen his most prized possession.
Well, and don't forget our friend Mike is passed out in the corner.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
And-
thinking about Sweet Mike.
And somebody damaged his mimic. As you make it to this other threshold, and you can see just on the other side is kind of an identical tiny little circular chamber that has a flight of stairs. They do not go up. Actually, from here, you see a window. And out of it, you realize that you are multiple stories high. Actually, probably Shiver's the only one that can, like, see out of it. But I guess if you're holding Classy and our dear Brewhilda, that you might be tall enough to see out through here. And you can see that you're probably 12, 13 stories up.
Oh my goodness, do you guys realize what just happened?
We left a room.
We were put on the top floor. That's no small thing.
A penthouse suite.
Wait, is
Wait.
that
Yeah.
important?
Wait, we're on the top floor, and
very important.
okay, so what I'm understanding is that we're on the top floor, and our wizard put cantrips on the top floor. That's entirely against. That's more disorganized than I.
Deep breath, classy. Deep breath.
Some might
Classy,
consider that
classy.
mad.
Classy. Remember, focus on 3 objects in the room, classy.
Yes,
Waves
yes,
the keys in the air.
Yeah. Jingle, jingle. And you can see there is a spiral flight of stairs that go down to the next floor. But nothing from here that goes up. You're kind of looking at like an outlook window or something that kind of overlooks this area, and it's rather isolated up here. You're not like through the clouds or anything like that, but you can see down that you're in an isolated kind of mountainous region. He has very much taken to hermitage in some of his retirement years.
Wow, I haven't seen a view like that with all the mountains and peaks in years.
Oh,
It's
super
just like
nice,
being home.
right? It's like the glacier cuts.
Oh, I haven't been there in a long time.
Oh, it's so pretty though.
Hmm.
All right, so
I've never
what are we
really
gonna
left
do
it open
about
before.
these intruders?
Ask them to turn away until we've organized the library and we're open for business.
Okay, do you want me to hold you out the window so you can yell at them or what?
Oh, they're inside the building now.
Oh, that's right.
Entered already.
Mm.
We'll just have to intercept them and ask them nicely to leave.
Okay.
Okay. And hey, if they don't, we can always drink their blood.
I was
Yes,
going
that's-
to I was going to suggest the counterpoint of that we destroy them and take any powerful objects that we could use in my revenge.
Well, that's a good idea. Yeah.
My before I was brought here, my wizard had a therapist, and they were telling them to not always resort to violence. And I was kind of always sat in on those meetings, and I figured I'd take that to heart as well. So if you none of you if you don't mind, could we start with just talking to them?
Oh, of
and trying
course,
to convince
dear.
them to leave?
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we're gonna let you have fun first. Don't worry. You can do
Thank
the
you.
talking, and we'll just wait. And if they decide they don't want to listen to you, then we'll murder them. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
The therapist didn't say never resort to violence, just that shouldn't be the first resort. So yeah, I'm entirely fine with you killing them afterwards if they don't listen.
Right. Yeah. I like
Is
this
there-
plan.
Is there a high sign you would like to give us?
Ooh.
I probably would just yell kill them if they don't seem like they're going to listen.
Pretty solid cue.
And if that happens, you just set me down, Shiver. Okay?
Oh, sure. I can totally help with that. Now, Classy, what we could also do here, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I'm actually an amateur psychic. So maybe you could just think it really hard and I'll read your mind that we're gonna, start to attack them.
Oh, okay. I'll think it really hard.
Yeah. You want to do like a trial run right now? You can just think like, hey, let's attack them. And then I'll make sure that I can read it.
Okay, let me try now.
Yeah, and I'll like focus really hard to read Classy's mind.
All
what
right.
we hear is like Classy reciting like books from the last library he was in. that was
Oh,
perfectly
Shiver's
set
not
in.
psychic at all.
Yeah, and
Oh,
shiver.
no.
Maybe you shiver as you concentrate really, really hard.
Okay. I'm getting that we should attack them. Is that correct?
No. That was on me. I was actually thinking about the last library I had the pleasure of organizing.
Oh,
It was beautiful.
And you got murder from that. Oh, gosh, you have a neat way of thinking.
well, hey, now that you put it that way, thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, Classy, some adventurers do consider research a slow death.
My wizard, they went on to further education, ended up in ridiculous amounts of debt. They considered all the books they collected and written in the time as slow death and I suppose a murder. So I don't think you're far off. So I think the psychic thing actually works. Yeah, let's go with that.
Definitely psychic.
Perfect.
Sounds like a plan.
And do you take to the stairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we ooze to the stairs.
Yeah, you ooze
Yeah.
to the stairs.
Slide down.
Yeah, and imagine that's actually kind of what it looks like. It's a little less walking and a lot more sliding, and you kind of down the kind of couple spins as you make it to the next floor. Now, most of the ceilings in this building are about 20, like I said, 20 or 25 feet high. So you've got a few loops before you make it to the next floor. And as you come into this space, it seems empty. The floor has kind of a stone base, much like what you just left, except there are masonry cut like squares into it. And each one of the squares has some writing on it. You don't know if they're hieroglyphs or pictographs or if it's actually letters, but you can see on the threshold you kind of stand on, and there's this kind of checkerboard floor, and then the other side and the door is on the opposite end. And you can see the stairs that then go down to the next section.
Oh, this looks like one of them puzzles.
Yes.
And that one looks like a bunny rabbit.
It's
Oh,
true.
it does!
I'm not great at puzzles.
Oh, I was really hoping you were.
Oh no, I'm really good at. I'm just good at organizing books.
But isn't a puzzle technically the organization of thoughts into a rhetorical form?
I can organize books.
Well, I guess you're not good at solving puzzles. I was trying to give you a confidence boost.
Oh, I don't feel. I feel perfectly confident. People have their gifts, and mine is just organizing books and about nothing else.
Fine. Well, I suppose I could try to decipher these icons just like I deciphered the spell earlier.
Oh, you are a decipherer.
Yes, indeed. These look very familiar to me. Maybe in my past life as a demon lord, I have observed such runes before.
Have I?
Great question. I will take a wisdom or an intelligence check. Like it could be an insight if you have some kind of option, or an arcana.
I'm gonna go with wisdom.
Okay. What a wise ooze you are. You look around. The first thing you note is that some of the symbols match. Like, there are repetitive symbols. There might be one that matches, and then one over here, and then one over there, and one over there. It seems in total there are 6 symbols carved in various places in the squares all over the floor. From what you realize, it is in no way a language. It's not like an alphabet or letters. These are pictographs. In fact, Shiver is right. There is one that kind of looks like a bunny. There is one out of 14. You make out one you think looks kind of actually like Shiver. Looks a little like wave-like. There is one that you might consider kind of swirly and kind of whirling about, much like the ceiling that you just left. There's one that looks a little like the fireball that you just let out. There is a leaf shape. That's the bunny, the leaf. And then there is one that might be a skull. 6 total.
I see. Fellow oozes, I have deciphered these runes. Obviously, we are to stand on the ones that represent us.
Okay, and then we're gonna go down the stairs to go to the next level.
I believe is how we will unlock the trap so we can safely cross the bridge.
Oh, so you're saying that we can't just walk across right now?
Well, yes, we could. Yes,
Oh,
but
okay.
that is if we wanted to, turn off whatever is there on this bridge.
What do you think it does?
When I stand on mine, it will obviously give me more power.
And I roll like ooze over to the one that's a little fireball, and I stand on top of it to see what happens.
All right, you stand on top. Which symbol do you choose?
The one that looked like a fireball that I would spit out.
Yep. Okay, you put your small form right in the middle of this square, and as you do, you see I hate to say that the ceiling opens up, but it's more like an oculus, like a small circle, and from it drops a massive fireball. And it fills this whole space. Does anybody have anything that helps them with fire?
I'm immune to fire.
Wonderful. So it does not affect you. Anybody else immune to fire?
I am resistant to fire.
Okay.
I'm made of ice.
Guess that's true. That's not as great for you. That's okay.
Yeah, I'm resistant to fire, so I think.
Okay, so you're all resistant to fire.
Except poor Shiver.
Except
Oh,
poor
no.
Shiver.
Oh no.
So 33. So anybody that is resistant takes half. Anybody that is immune doesn't take any. Shiver, you'll take all 33 points of fire damage as it fills the whole space. The walls char. All of you get a little warm. It's like somebody putting a blow dryer on you, except for poor Shiver. And you see that the kind of crystalline form on the edges of Shiver begins to melt away. He's much drippier and liquid when the fireball dissipates. But Barbie, you stand on the fireball one.
As you see, I am immune to the flames for, oh my goodness.
Boy, that was
Shiver.
kind of terrible.
Oh
my
dear,
gosh.
Shiver. Oh
Oh
no.
my goodness.
Oh no.
Oh.
I have not felt anything like that in my whole entire life. What
Shiver.
was that?
You okay?
Is that what death feels like?
It's kind of close, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. Well, yes, I have experienced it. Yes. Oh my goodness, Shiver.
Oh.
I
Oh.
should we just avoid these
I think
things?
so. I think so.
What if we just went down the stairs?
I think we should just go down the stairs.
I think we should just go down the stairs.
So the stairs are on the other side of the room.
So can you
Right.
get us across, Shiver?
Let's see. Anybody that has spider climb can just take to the walls.
Yeah, I
Oh,
have
hey,
spider
I can do
climb.
that.
Yeah, I have spider climb.
Yeah.
Are there gaps between these tiles?
Sure there are.
I would like to use my amorphous ability to squeeze through these gaps
um,
and just keep.
Okay, I'm gonna have a dex check from you just to make sure you don't accidentally
Yeah.
touch anything along the way. Shiver, how would you like to proceed?
I think I would really just maybe try to follow Classy in this endeavor because I can also go through spaces as narrow as 1 inch, but I'd rather not step on any more of these death buttons.
Yeah. So you two are gonna take to the wall?
Well, I can't climb, but I'll follow on like a narrow pass if I can find anything that's an inch or so.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna have you make a dex check as well. So 2 of you take to the walls. You bypass the trap altogether. It's not really meant for you. Nicely done. Shiver, I imagine you actually take to the wall as well. You do the you get tall and narrow and thin and you, without touching anything along the way. It seems that maybe the gap near the wall is a little bit bigger. Our tiny friend, our little ink guardian, takes down, kind of trying to navigate the crevices between. I'm going to have you roll a d6, Drac. Let's see which one you accidentally touch.
4.
So I said it was the bunny. The fourth one was, it was the plant, wasn't it? It was a leaf. You just behind you, something that is stuck to your insides that you've collected over the years just happens to drag just ever so slightly across the top of the leaf one. And as it does, the oculus once again opens up, and as it does, it casts like vines and thorns all across the floor. Everything. I'm gonna need every one of you to make a dex check because your walls and thorns and floor, all of the above. The whole space fills. Okay. So the only one is our dear Classy. Yes, you feel that same prick in your side. Are you immune to piercing damage in any way?
No.
Okay.
I take full piercing.
You take full piercing. It's okay. It's not very much. It really just slows down your movement. You'll take 2 points as like a thorn grows up and into you, pulling behind a little of your ooze. The rest of you can see the vines growing on the walls and manage to dodge and weave. Shiver, the branches basically break off underneath your cold, even though the room is now very, very steamy. It's kind of like a sauna in here from the fireball and all the ice. It's a lot of elementally mixed type things. But slowly but surely, you make it across to the other side of the room as the vines stay on the floor, kind of covering the walls and the ceiling. As all four of you kind of make it across, you can see that Classy is just a little less classy, or like than they were. They left behind a little ooze on one of the the thorns behind you, and you all kind of stand back, looking back at the trap that has clearly been set for somebody other than you.
Oh, I'm starting to regret leaving my station. But I suppose we're here now. Ow. Sorry if I got anyone caught in that.
Oh, honey, that's okay. I've been through things before. I'll get through this one too. Don't you worry about me now.
Shiver, I apologize for bringing you this close to a heartbeat of death and watching you cross into the river Styx into the underworld as you give Charon your coin of soul.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that apology, but you don't need to worry about me. I'm in A-okay shape. And you'll notice, like, Shiver took 33 points of fire damage. Still looks pretty good.
Still pretty good, yeah. Little melty around the edges, but...
There's a big crack in the vial that built it in.
Yeah, maybe it's the tanked on one of the thorns or something, who knows, but little crack here, little crack there, but so far, so good. And once again, as you turn to kind of leave the room and go to the next flight of stairs down, you all look back at the disheveled state in which you have left it, as if somebody has already come through here and moved on. And as you, once again, down the flight of stairs to the next floor, this room is smelly and dark. Something.
There's a stink in here.
Yeah, it smells. If you could smell, it probably smells like dirty animal, wet, dirty animal. And in the center of this circular room, with nothing else but a large kind of figure, and a dense chain, you can hear it like. As something sleeps, even bigger than Shiver, in the middle of the floor, chained to kind of a loop.
Now, with my blind sight, am I able to make out where in this room that this is and how much leeway we might have to circumnavigate it?
Yeah, it's probably as high as it is wide, so the room's probably 30 feet from side to side. Like circular, 30 feet side to side. Maybe a little bit more. But it smack dab in the middle is whatever this sleeping thing is. If you have blind sight, you probably recognize this as some kind of owl bear sleeping right in the middle of this room. There are mounds and piles of corpses and bone and old junk from adventurers that has kind of been left here from those that never make it past this owl bear. But it is sleeping at the moment. On either side, you probably have 10 feet to sliver past the junk and stuff like that.
Okay, I'll kind of turn back to the group and in my best ooze whisper go, so there's a big owl bear. I think it might actually be Louis back from the same tower that we were in, but I remember
That'd be nice.
He was never very friendly with me, so I don't think we should wake him up.
He was terrible. He was absolutely awful. Yeah.
Now, we could try to, sneak around the outside, but there's a lot of like skelly things and bones out there. And that's the dangerous thing about us walking around is we'll just pull them up into our bodies and make a whole lot of noise as we go snooping by. So what I would recommend is that we go on a slightly more dangerous trajectory right next to old Louis there and kind of leave the bones on one side and the big guy on the other and just kind of slurp right past,
Slurp.
Okay, if things get hairy, you just set me down, okay?
Oh, yeah. I don't worry. I got you.
So anybody moving across the floor will probably, if you're wanting to leave Louis sleeping, it is definitely now Louis for the record. You are welcome to make a stealth check to see how quiet your slurping is.
How high is the ceiling?
25 feet.
Okay.
Good stealth.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh wait, I'm being carried.
Yeah,
Is that-
yeah, I was about to say, unless you're moving, you don't
Yeah,
even need
no,
to
I'm
roll
being
it.
carried. Yeah.
Okay, I'll make the stealth check.
Oh.
Oh dear.
This is gonna be so good.
This
Do
is
you
gonna
want me to carry you to Classy?
Okay, out of 10. So surprisingly enough, it is Shiver that is the quietest. But you're slurping, y'all, between the keys and the stuff, and it's just the whole room fills with the sound of like, as all of you kind of move across the floor. And the owl bear cannot ignore the sound, this kind of slurping noise, as it like, and he gets up on all fours, and there's a large like, as it looks around, and then sees all four of you probably mid slurp, as you are trying to get towards the door, and you hear it like,
Oh hey Louie.
oh, hey guys.
Hey, how's it going?
I was taking a nap.
Oh well, gosh, we're so sorry. We were trying to sneak past, so we didn't wake you.
Oh, it's okay. I'm a light sleeper.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, there's some people in the tower right now.
Oh,
Oh yeah. They
dinner,
said
dinner.
dinner's here. Oh yeah. It came in. We were gonna try to tell him to go away till we get all the books organized. So we're just gonna sneak past you and go get rid of them.
Wait, you're not gonna let me go? Where are you going? Wait a second. Stop. Something's not right.
Oh what? Well, hey.
Why
don't
are you
worry about it.
here?
Well, we're
This
going
is
to
a
intercept the
dream.
people.
roll a deception check. Classy.
Oh my! I would like everyone to know that my charisma score is a 1.
This
Oh,
is
that's
gonna
okay.
be great.
Okay, so
Negative
is mine.
modifier.
Can I
Nice,
help
fine.
with Classy's
Yeah,
charisma
Classy.
check?
Yeah, what
by
do you
just,
say?
Like, I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm just gonna start like.
Help out Shiver and do the same thing.
Okay, roll with advantage, Classy.
Oh boy! Let's see how useful this is gonna be.
Okay, a 6.
6.
You said this is a dream. He goes, a what?
Oh, you know what, honey? Why don't we do this? Why don't we unchain you, and you can head down in front of us?
But I'm not supposed to leave this room. I don't get my treats if I leave.
Well, you're gonna get 3 of them if you leave.
You have treats?
Oh, there's people treats.
Oh, people. Oh,
Wait, we're trying to talk to them first, aren't we?
Yeah, I would.
You know me. I'm just in dungeon mode.
No, it's fine. I
you
get
know,
it,
I'm
I
a
get it.
bit
It's very hard to keep that
concerned
habit.
right now. He leaves, and we're all supposed to stay, and you're going to talk to the humans.
Oh yeah. Cause
My name's a bear.
they came in, and we think that they should turn around and leave.
But aren't you supposed to wait till they get to you to tell them that?
Well, we could, but we thought we'd just kind of shorten. See, we're on vacation.
Oh,
Lewis.
And they just wriggle up to in front of the owlbear.
He like
Lewis.
looks down at you.
On this day, you are being offered freedom. A chance to break away from the shackles of the mediocrity and the lore and the roles that were given to you, where the hero comes to you. But you, Louis, you shall hunt. You shall stalk the prey and find the adventurers yourself and sup
After we talk to
upon
them,
their
of course.
boat. Oh, yes. After we talk to them and tax them politely to leave, then you shall hunt and sup upon their flesh.
Oh, hey, feasting for everybody.
You can maybe roll a persuasion check
Okay.
if you're feeling up to it. Okay. Right. So freedom. I've never really had freedom. I don't really know what that word means. What do I do?
Now, Louis, you listen here, okay? I want you to listen up. Now, we're taking control of this situation. And you can either be a part of it, or you can sit up here by yourself.
Okay.
Now, what do you want to do? Do you want to be a part of things, or do you want to sit up here by yourself?
I'm feeling a little nervous. I'm a bit under pressure right now. Is it hot in here?
Well, I was saying that too. It was hot upstairs as well. It's really weird. But no, here's what it boils down to. Is that there's an all-you-can-eat buffet downstairs. Are you coming or not?
All you can eat? Yeah.
So
Let
long
me go.
as you can't eat more than 3.
Well, that's not all. That's 3.
Okay, well, all 3 you can eat.
Well, how are you gonna get rid of this chain, man?
Yo.
Ooze, not man.
Do something about. Oh, just hush and hang on a second.
And she climbs up to the top of the vial and pops the cork out and slinks down the side and goes over to the chain and holds still for a moment and focuses and becomes a pool of acid.
Ooh. We hear a small, like, as you drip off the vial and hit the floor and recollect yourself and move over to the chain and concentrate as you slowly begin to, like, eat away at the chain. And eventually it does snap free. And when it does, he goes, uh-oh.
Now, Louis, you've been given an amazing opportunity. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you like to unionize after this? We've discussed it briefly, and I think we should.
Oh, it's a
definitely go
great
back to
idea.
It is a fantastic idea.
Yeah, okay. Do I have to sign something? I'm not really good at that. That's why I lost my last job.
Slap your paw on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So this way, and he kind of points at the door.
That's the way, yep.
Okay, I'll see you at the buffet. And he takes off running, and you hear he goes from Louis's voice to this like, as it like, and this owlbear takes off, like barrels down the stairs. You hear him hit the second floor. A roar screams out and echoes through all of the chambers of this massive dungeon. As Louis is off on his own adventure now, the chain dangling behind him. You hear it slap something, but he disappears, his large feet off into the distance, and the 4 of you are left standing in this empty room, chain partially still connected to the floor, and all of this junk around you.
So I think we should check the junk for anything useful.
Sure. I
Okay.
suppose Lou's probably gonna be keeping them busy, having a conversation with adventurers while we're up here.
That's what
Yeah.
they're doing right now. Yes, they're talking
yeah.
to them right now. Yes.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna talk to him. Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're having a very heart-to-heart conversation.
Mouth to heart. Yeah.
Mouth to heart. Anybody that wants to dig through the junk can roll an investigation check.
I will dig.
Woohoo! A mighty
Oh, hell
3!
yeah. Oh god.
0!
Yo, I love these rolls. The stats on oozes are so bizarre, so like there's no telling what we're gonna get. Yeah, as you begin to look around, it's really only Shiver. You're drawn to it because it is shiny.
Oh.
The rest of you maybe dig through and gold sticks to your back, a rusted sword here or there. You probably collect a bunch of crap that you don't actually need, like, I don't know, what is something an adventurer, like, never uses? There's, like,
I find a spoon.
yeah, a spoon, a rusty
Pythons.
canteen, you know, like, each of you, like, find some weird things, but not a whole lot in here. Most of it's been damaged by the claws of Louis, or the blood. You find some bone, but, Shiver, something shiny. Something shiny under a pile, what once was probably a corpse and is now a pile of completely bare bones. And as you maybe move it away and the bones freeze as you do, at the bottom, you find a strange object. It's not shiny like you. It's kind of, it's not as transparent, or you can't see through it. It's a lot more opaque. And it's gold, much like the coins that sometimes stick to your backside or freeze to your backside. But it's about this long, and it it's got somebody's hand wrapped around it. You know what? At a 13, because that was I'll give you, it's an instrument of some kind.
Oh, I rolled a 50.
Oh, you rolled a 15. Then I'm going to say you immediately know that when he sees it too, the shiny, and Shiver picks it up, it is it's some kind of flute or something. You're not entirely sure. It has a wider end and a more narrow end and some kind of strange air thing at the top. But unlike a flute, there's no holes. It's as if you just blow straight into it.
That's a fun thing you found.
Yeah, I don't know how to use this.
I think I've seen people use something similar. I think you just blow in it.
Wait, do you have lungs?
Well, you squish through the holes.
You might be able to make an air bubble. Push an air bubble through.
Okay, I'll try to like reshape my form to like take in some air, and then like I'll take a moment and I'll like put like whatever resembles the mouth of an ooze on the little blow part of the instrument, and then I'll like burp the air out.
Yeah. And as it
see what happens.
As it comes out, it sounds like
Yeah, I'm sorry, I farted.
Yeah, it sounds a little strange. It might be kind of like music. You're not entirely sure. But this golden kazoo that you have picked up is now yours and in your possession. It does seem, maybe Shiver doesn't see it, but when the air bubble passes through, it begins to kind of illuminate or light up as if it's magical, but maybe it wasn't enough air to actually activate what was happening. But something happens, and whoever died holding it felt it was very, very precious and important. And as this golden kazoo is added to the slew of random things that you're all slowly picking up, purposefully or not, and you stand at the entrance to the next floor down, we end today's session with a golden kazoo, because here at Kobold Press, when it is your birthday, you get a kazoo off. Today...
Wait a minute.
Yep.
Hang on 1 second.
Today, everybody, is Katie's birthday. And we're going to close tonight with a little happy birthday kazoo time, because why wouldn't we? But I want to wait on Katie, because, it's for Katie.
I'm back.
Woo!
I just happen.
Do you have a
also
kazoo? Yeah! I have one. Look, it has this little
way.
attachment piece that makes it, like, awesome. Yeah. So, happy birthday to you, Katie. Thank you for spending it with us.
Happy birthday. Oh god.
I got
The
tickled
most
there at the end.
majestic of instruments.
Beautiful.
The most majestic of
Delightful.
instrument, played by,
That was
the best of the
incredible.
kobolds in the kobold world.
Thank you
So much. Oh, wait,
there we
yeah,
go.
there's filters.
Yes.
I think it's a pizza, but it's the Katie's
It looks
birthday.
like a-
Oh, it does look
Oh
like a
my
little
gosh,
hat.
yeah.
That's so cute. Well,
I like
as we go, as we close out today, everybody go around, tell us where we can find you when you're not over here on Monday nights right now. And one of the things I love to do is to give a star. As we close out, give a star to another player, something they did that you thought was just superbly awesome. So let's go backwards this time, which means we're starting with you, Wally.
What's up, y'all? It's me, Wally. You can find me on Twitter at WALLE132. Pretty much where I'm just talking about my mind stuff and just shouting out into the void about the things I love. My star has to go to Josh and Katie. I could not, because I grew up around a lot of Midwesterners. So the stuff you were doing was like pretty much my summers. So, oh my gosh, I was just sitting there cracking up and just being absorbed into this nostalgia of hearing people from Midwest talk to each other. I loved it so much. I loved it. Thank you.
So good. Agreed. Totally agreed. Go click on that link right there so that you can go find Wally over on Twitter and all the other many places that Wally's putting out content. Josh, you're up.
Yeah, hey, my name is Josh. You can find me everywhere at Joshua M. Simons on social media platforms. I do occasionally stream on my Twitch channel, which is just Joshua Simons without the additional M. I'm the community and content manager for Demiplane, so you can join us on Tuesdays for our D&D stream, Children of Verte. And I'm also on staff with Jasper's Game Day. Have a great chance to work with the ambassador program over there. So that's a little bit what I do. I'm all over the place. Best place to know what I am doing at any given time is just to keep an eye on my Twitter. My star is gonna go to Wally, actually, because I think the bit of recurring the titles every single time, There's like it's the first time it was like, oh, that's I like that as a character moment. The second time is like, oh, okay, I love that we're doing this again. The third time and each subsequent time is like, okay, no, this is a bit and I love it so much.
Yep. Very nice. A link there in chat for Joshua as well, everybody. And Katie.
Hi, everybody. I am Katie Downey, aka Goblin Katie, and I am a TTRPG and variety streamer. You can see me on Sundays on D4's channel here on Twitch, as I am on the D4 stream. It's a 5th edition canonical D&D campaign. You can catch us on twitch.tv/D4RPG or twitch.tv/D&D, because we are hosted by the official channel. So you can catch that on Sundays. On Thursday nights, I am on Dawnbringers over on Mini Terrain Domain's Twitch channel. And on Sunday mornings, you can catch me playing New World with the wonderful D&D Jordan Lee on my channel, Goblin Katie. But I am truly grateful to be also a part of Jasper's Game Day. I'm the executive manager, and we have a big fundraising event that's coming up on D&D Beyond, and that's Jasper's Game Week. That's coming up on, I need a calendar. I believe it's the 16th.
Woo!
Yeah.
Real close.
Yeah, 16th. So it's coming up soon, but we have amazing people who are going to be playing games for charity, and your donations can affect some of these games. So keep an eye out on it. Nice. And I'm also a Take This ambassador, and if you want to keep up with what's going on in my life, you can do that by following me on Twitter at Goblin Katie.
Nice.
And my star for today is Classy, because I absolutely loved the sweet but determined need to organize the chaos in this wizard's tower. It was killing me every time. I don't understand the cantrips with the 9th level spells.
It's like somebody shuffling a set of like spell deck cards, which is like the worst nightmare ever.
Relating to it so hard because I am a person of organized chaos, but there's organization in the chaos.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And last but certainly not least, our most organized ooze, Drac, bring us home. Tell us where we can find you.
Hi, I'm Jack with Draconics. You can find me on Twitter at Draconics. That's DRAKONIQUES. I've been told by many French people that actually pronounce Draconique. I didn't know that when I made up the name. So I'm very sorry to all any French listeners who are disappointed in how I pronounce it. I kind of stream all over the place. So honestly, finding me on Twitter is probably the best way to figure out what I'm doing at any given moment. But the thing I do want to like shout out is that over on Table Story tomorrow, we're going to be premiering with a new campaign called Kingmakers. Nice. And we're going to be it's going to be happening at 4 p.m. Eastern. We're on the front page. If you're interested in high fantasy with a lot of heartbreak and emotional damage, highly recommend watching. So that's happening tomorrow at Table Story on Twitch at 4 p.m. Eastern. And I assume all over the other place, but just follow me on Twitter to figure out when and where. Other than that, and my star, God, I'll have to give it to Dot. You playing the little wizards, I loved it. The cackles and the laughs and the voice you put on, it was incredible. I loved them. I've met them for less than 5 minutes, and I personally loved them. I would.
He deserves that vacation. Yeah,
he's earned it.
He doesn't know it. He's gonna come home to a ruined house, but it's fine. It's fine. Thank you. All right, everybody, we are wrapping up. We will be back next week for more of the Great Oozescape. You can join us here on Monday nights at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. And we have a couple more things this week, including a Kobold chat. So for those of you that don't know, we have a weekly talk show where we talk all things Kobold Press. So we've got a new book coming out to Kickstarter in, I believe, the next week. And it's called Campaign Builder Cities and Towns. You're going to want to check that out because it is a fantastic book of super helpful tools and resources for building really exploratory and investigative towns for your players and your campaigns, and how to use those in your campaigns. And we're building a town together, me and you, chat, and all the writers for the book. So come hang out. We've built some guilds, we built some organizations, we named some stuff. So we'll be doing something else on Wednesday afternoon, and that is at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. And this week is our finale of The Rotting Heart. So if you love the Margrave Forest here in Midgard, or you just like kind of dark vampire tales, we'll be wrapping that one up, so definitely check that out. And those are with our friends over at Blackwater D&D. I think that's all of the announcements. I'm Little Red Dot. I've been your GM tonight. You can find me everywhere Little Red Dots are found on the internet. Go give it a search. And most of the time I'm here. So, if you can't find me there, you can definitely find me here. And we'll be back next week. Same Kobold time, same Kobold channel for more of the Great Oozescape. Thanks, everybody. See you then. Bye.